Good evening and welcome to the PTE Club, where we've just had a fantastic Christmas party. And Martin, what an ovation for the new team. Can you imagine that this time last year you weren't even part of Newcastle? What a journey you've been on.
Yeah, to be fair, Roy, they went down the storm, haven't they?
Yeah.
They really have. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody turning up. What a cracking turnout. Yeah. Again, the supporters of Newcastle Speedway are always surprising me. They took us on board at the start of this season, and we've made superb progress. Put a really competitive team together, although everybody didn't seem to think we were. The guys have done really well all season. Finished far better than anybody anticipated us finishing, and then we've gone on to build a really strong team for 2019. So happiness.
Exactly. Well, we'll get on to the two announcements we made tonight, but going on the team that you've put together so far, and what a team it is. Just starting off with the two blonde bombshells, we've got the lunatic Nika Luna, and coming back Victor Polivara. What a couple of signings here.
Yeah, I pulled them out the bag, didn't I? Yeah. To be fair, I didn't think Nike would be coming to us because I thought he was going back down the road. However, it is what it is, and he's coming to us, so happy days. And Victor, to be fair, without Lasser, right, we would not have maybe got the team together.
Well, we'll come on to Lasser later. You've just given him a little hint there, but let's look at the lad who's came back from last year, the only surviving member of last year's team, which is quite surprising to a lot of people. Matthew Weathers, back with the Diamonds, the man who came in at the last minute. This time, he hasn't given everybody a head start. This time he's coming in the way he ended last year.
To be fair to Matty, right, he was wanting to come back, and he was really keen to come back. When I approached him, there wasn't any difficulties in anything that we spoke about. He wanted to be straight on board. The progress he made last year, when everybody else was the forgotten man of speedways, I think is what I called him. He came back, did a proper good job for us. Absolute professional rider, and a pleasure to deal with. And I'm really pleased he's come back to us. Yeah.
And then we go on to Max Clegg, the road warrior. Passed his driving test on the his first attempt. He's now at the Diamonds, forming a very powerful spearhead at reserve. We'll get on to the other reserve in a second. But Max, 14 points last time at Brough Park. If he can produce that, that would be fantastic.
To be fair, I'll be happy with half that. He's a really nice fella, is Max. I think he's had a bit of a hard time at some other clubs that he may have been to in the championship. But I'm sure that our supporters will embrace him, make him feel very welcome. And as a result, I'm sure we'll get the best out of Masty. Absolutely get the best out of him.
Yeah, I think he'll fit in really well because of the family atmosphere at Newcastle.
Superb. He's one of these guys that like a bit of a hug, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of hugging going on, particularly when we're knocking some proper scores in.
We hug for the world at Newcastle. Hug for the world. And then we've chased this man for years and years and years. I thought he was nailed on to go back down to Redcar again, because he ended up #1 at Redcar last season at the end of last year. Was brilliant for them. But now we've got the hitman, TJ Thomas Jorgensen, is now finally a Diamond.
I tell you what, it was a bit of an adventure trying to get hold of Thomas, but when I eventually did get hold of him, to sort of deal out with Thomas was not an issue. Really nice fella, really easy to deal with, and once he knew we were interested, again, a bit like Victor, once he knew, he didn't want to go anywhere else. So I'm more than happy to have Thomas. I, like you, thought he was going down the road. Fortunately not.
Yeah. And now the two announcements that was made tonight, which went down an absolute storm here at the PTE Club. Back the man who was nearly a 6-point rider the last time he rode for Newcastle. We're not talking about last year, but now this year, coming up 2019, big year for Danny Phillips.
Yeah, well, between me and you, when everybody else was going to watch this, we nearly didn't have him. Dan had agreed to deal with another club, and he was on his way there. But we were kind of lucky that a National League team came in for him that rides on a Friday, and it was a team that Dan had always wanted to go to. So as a result, he had to disappoint somebody, but then please me. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have Dan. I'm sure I was with Dan for most of last season when he rode for Scunthorpe, and the reports that were written about him weren't anywhere near what I was watching. I hope Dan does really well, particularly for us. And as you say, he did have a cracking average until his accident. Hopefully that's behind him, and with a bit of luck we'll get the best out of him next year.
Plus, he's riding for Bellevue Colts at the National Speedway Stadium, a track I've seen him ride at, and he's brilliant round there, so that's going to up his confidence again, isn't it?
Absolutely, and the combination of that big track where he can really enjoy himself and come here, it's going to develop the kid as well.
And speaking about kids that developed, the final name to be announced tonight, the man I've known since he was 9-year-old, Lasse Bier, finally comes to Newcastle. He's coming with a mission, isn't he? His brother never won a league title at Newcastle, and he keeps telling him that. And he's coming to Newcastle, he wants to win things, doesn't he?
Yeah, honest, Lasse was an absolute laugh to deal with. It was really funny because he never committed early on, but he helped me put the team together, and every team that he sent to me, his name was on it.
Right.
All right, so I kind of got the hint that he was coming, whether I asked him or not. But he put loads of teams together. He contacted many riders for us on our behalf, and then the lads that we have got together, he was the one that helped me break the ice with them, etc, etc. So without Lasse, we would I'm not saying we would have struggled to put a team together, but we wouldn't be in such a strong position as we've got now. Yeah,
I know he's personal friends with the likes of Nigel and TJ, so that's going to help straight away, because we've already got a team bond, haven't we?
Yeah, we set a little media social group up on WhatsApp, and it's going down the storm. There's really good banter between the lads already. So yeah, I think his looks really well, and Lasse is trying his hardest to be team captain for 2019, but as I said to him, it's not my call. He'll have to speak to George about that. Well,
we'll look forward to that. And the 90th season in Newcastle Speedway, it's going to be one heck of a year, isn't it?
Yeah. We I'm honestly hopefully that we're going to be really successful. On top of that, we'll have a 90th anniversary meeting, and we'll try and put some big hitters in there and see what we can do. Just have a bit of a laugh throughout the rest of the season, really.
Yep. So everybody out there, whether you're a Newcastle fan, old or new, get yourself there. First week in April, I think we'll have our first home meeting.
Yeah, we're going to hopefully run a challenge match against the enemy from down the road. I think it was initially the first week in April, but I think it's going to be the last week in March now.
All right.
Because they've got a few issues regarding a cup match. But that's the plan.
Brilliant. Great to speak to you, Martin. You're a breath of fresh air to Speedway all around, and I know the hard work you've put in through the winter. You can now settle down for Christmas, and we'll have a couple more shandies before we head home. Yeah, we might test the water and see where we go. Yeah. But before we do go, I'd just like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'd like to see the terraces absolutely heaving next season. Yeah. If we can, it would be really good. Yep. So bring a friend when we have our first meeting at the end of March. I tell you what, you're not going to be disappointed. This is going to be one of the most exciting teams we've had at Newcastle for many years. And some strange hairstyles. Yes. I might have mine like that. We could be selling them in the track shop. You never know. You never know. Thanks very much again, Martin. Yep, and speak to you all soon. Have a great Christmas, brilliant New Year, and we'll see you at the first meeting in March. Thanks very much.